In this video, I'm going to give you a driving tour around Del Cerro, San Diego, a little quiet residential neighborhood up on the hill that a lot of people don't know about, maybe unless you have lived nearby or maybe you know somebody that lives in the area, but otherwise an often overlooked area. And I think it's one of the best little neighborhoods in San Diego. And I'm going to give you a tour driving around some of the cool streets that you might find yourself driving through if you decide to move out here, and also give you a driving tour down via back roads to Mission Valley, which is an area you'll often find yourself for a lot of the amenities nearby, even though there are lots of little things to do right here in Del Cerro. So let's go drive around Del Cerro. All right, so we're starting up here on Pasatiempo, right next to Pasatiempo Park. And this is just a nice little open area park where you can come. They got some walking trails and they got some views. The open space park on the other side has some of the best views of San Diego that you'll see anywhere. But nothing crazy. This is about the crest of Del Cerro, pretty much right at the top of the elevation for the area here. And as we go down, as we get on Pasatiempo, you'll see you've got Cowles or Coles Mountain over there in the distance. On the left, we're about under 2 miles away from there for hiking trails. Yeah, they got good hikes up the front and back side. Now, we're technically leaving Del Cerro, but I just wanted to give you this northeast perspective as well, because these views, this is what Del Cerro is all about. You've got westerly views, you've got east, north, every direction. I'm gonna go ahead and turn around here. All right, so we're heading up Pasatiempo, and so up in this area is what I'd refer to as Upper Del Cerro. You've got a few different areas of Del Cerro, primarily being the ones like up on the hill, better views overall. In many cases, bigger homes, although there are some pretty good sized homes down at the bottom as well. Let's go down Ridge Manor really quick. See if we can get a peekaboo view of Lake Murray. So we're driving down Ridge Manor right now, going east, southeast, and you can see there's a lot of very nice homes out here. These have views directly out to Lake Murray in some cases. You can see Lake Murray down there. And we're even go ahead and take a right here on Madra. Now, a lot of homes up here, you can expect to spend 1.5, 2.5 million. You can get into the 3 million range depending on where we're looking, what kind of properties we're seeing. Views obviously play a big part out here, and location, which side of the hill you're on, which direction you're facing. And you have all sizes of homes ranging from 1,500 square feet, probably on the lower end, to 2,500, 3,500. I think there's even a home or a few homes up here that are as big as 5,000 to 6,000 square feet. I'm going to take a little quick offshoot over here onto Dwane. Dwane and some of these name streets around here are some of the best view streets in my opinion. So Dwane, Norman, I think it's a lane, Linda Lane. You have some incredible views, and it's difficult to capture them while we're driving here, but some really great views straight out west, south, all over. And then right up here you have the end of a trailhead that goes along the east side of Del Cerro, and it's got direct views to Lake Murray, as you can see here. So it goes behind Overlake Drive, and it's just a really cool walking trail that can just be an amazing start to the day. You see the runners and the joggers down Lake Murray. Good video for another day. And you'll see a lot of really cool architecture up here. There's a lot of people that really take pride in the types of homes. You have a lot of mid-century modern, beautifully designed homes. Even in the lower area of Del Cerro, there's some parts that are somewhat tract homes. I mean, there's a subdivision at the bottom here that was built in the 60s and 70s, but they have some very well thought out floor plans. Some of the best floor plans that I've seen in much of San Diego on good sized lots. And as you can see as we're driving here, you get a feel for kind of like the rolling hills, the topography. There's a lot of character in this little town, or it's not a town, in this neighborhood. And we're turning back onto Madra here. We're gonna go down the back way. You can see SDSU straight ahead. Downtown, it's a little bit hazy over there, but downtown is a straight shot view all the way to the water most days, especially in the summer and on clear days. You've got some really unique homes up here. We're gonna pass a home with an elevator over here. And just the way the houses kind of sit relative to each other, some facing others on another hill, it gives you a really cool feeling that you don't get in a lot of parts of San Diego, especially in an urban setting like this. So I mentioned SDSU is straight ahead. SDSU, like this is one of my favorite houses here. Super cool architecture, thought out, incredibly designed on the inside. And yeah, SDSU is super close to here, so Del Cerro is naturally a very popular area for faculty. Not so much for students, but definitely some students that come out here. I'll take a quick pass through our Del Cerro shopping center. So it's not a huge neighborhood center, but you have Windmill Farms here, which is a great little Sprouts-like farmer's market. Not farmer's market, a community market. But a lot of organic, a lot of fresh, a lot of local foods. Great deli. They've got sushi. They have some of the best tortillas here. They have basically full-time tortilla makers that are making some of the most authentic tortillas in San Diego. You have chiropractic, you have pizza, you've got K&B right there, K&B Bistro, which is one of my favorite little spots. It's like a wine tasting room, a little community restaurant, liquor store, basically everything in one. And you have a little patio out there. Occasionally they'll have live music. And there is going to be a big development over here on the left, fairly good sized development. You have Einstein Bagels over here on the right. Yeah, they're going to be putting in some apartments there. They're going to be putting in a mixed use building. So they're going to have some commercial restaurant down below. I think like a coffee shop and maybe a few small offices or something like that. We're going to take a right now. Instead of going left, which takes you straight to the 8, and then you just cross that about a mile away from SDSU, we're going to take a right here, and we're going to go north on College Ave, and we're going to go down to some other parts of Del Cerro really quick, and then I'll take you down to Mission Valley, or at least start heading that direction so you get an idea as to the drive out of here. So there's a lot of cool little pockets of Del Cerro. Like I mentioned, kind of two main areas. You have Upper Del Cerro and Lower Del Cerro. So Upper Del Cerro being up on the hillside, and then the kind of plateau area on the top. And then Lower Del Cerro, which is still elevated relative to the rest of San Diego and has great views, especially if you are on a canyon side or on the west side of the neighborhood. So down here, a lot of these homes have great views. And I'll take a quick tour down one of these streets as well, so you get an idea as to what those homes have to offer in that neighborhood. Let's go ahead and turn left here onto Lance Street. You have the Del Cerro Fire Station right over there. Very central in the community. Quick response. So Lance Street right here at College. This is technically the border of Del Cerro as far as going on College. So right down there we get into Allied Gardens, which is another great community as well. But it is a different neighborhood. So this is the subdivision area I'm talking about in San Diego. You'll see a lot of model matches, but a lot of these homes are very great floor plans if you get inside. I'm going to take a left on Wenrich here. And you can kind of see up on the hill the Upper Del Cerro area I'm talking about. You can't see all the houses, but that main area, the face of the houses there, that's one of the gated communities, Del Cerro Heights. You have Princess Del Cerro Park here, which is an amazing park. What I really like about it is it's kind of sectioned off. So from Wenrich in, you kind of know where your kids are. So if your kids are going and playing, they're not going to go up the hill most likely, or at least if they do, they're not going to go beyond the hillside. And then to the left and right also, there's barriers, there's houses. So you pretty much have them in this contained area, whereas some parks in San Diego, you know, they run off in that direction and you don't know if they're still in the park or if they exited the other way. So I like that about this. Yeah, lots of variation here. So there were a lot of model matches. This is not an HOA. There were a lot of model matches, and people have really customized and changed the look of houses through the years. So you've got all sorts of flavors here. And like, for example, these homes over here, and many of them around this area have incredible views. A lot of these homes also have courtyards, which I think is really cool, like functional courtyards. Let's see if I can find a house with one. I mean, that's a small one, but there's some with fairly large courtyards where you can actually, like that one, that one's got a decent area. You can maybe see in there trying to peek inside people's houses. And actually, let me go this way. Let me go this way, and I'm going to take you down to Mission Valley area. There's a lot more to see down here. There's a lot more to see up in Upper Del Cerro that we didn't drive by, but I think this kind of gives you a feel for the area. And of course, one of the reasons people also love Del Cerro is the schools are highly ranked and rated. Most of the schools here are 8s, 9s, and 10s. You have Hearst Elementary, Marvin. You have Patrick Henry High School, just over the hill. And yeah, they're very reputable schools, and that's another thing that kind of gets overlooked. People look for great schools in La Jolla and Poway and Carmel Valley and other areas, but you have some excellent schools right here in central San Diego. Now, like I said, we're leaving Del Cerro and we are heading, now we're on Waring, so College becomes Waring Road as we go this direction. So College Ave crosses the 8 over on the east end, and as we go this way and it becomes Waring, this also curves out and connects to the 8 again a little bit west of that. So these homes are in Allied Gardens, great area as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take you out to Fenton Marketplace, which is sort of a random destination. And I'm going to probably hyperlapse through this video here, but I want to give you an idea as to what the drive is like if you were to take this route, because I'm in Del Cerro, and half the time if we're heading down to Mission Valley, I'll take this route instead of the 8. If the 8's got traffic, this might be a faster route and vice versa. Or you might just want a more neighborhood-like route. So you have another shopping center over here. You'll find yourself coming here for different errands. You've got a UPS store. You have Foster Freezes for ice cream. Gets very busy there on weekends and summer nights. Great spot to take your kids for ice cream. And now we're on Zion Drive, and Zion goes straight down from Allied Gardens into Grantville. And Grantville is another neighborhood right next to Allied Gardens and Mission Valley. If you can see the houses straight up there on the hill, that's I think that's Serra Mesa up there, or at least that area. A little bit more to the right is Tierra Santa, another great community we have videos about. And really, you know, whether it's Del Cerro, Allied Gardens, parts of Grantville, these are some of the overlooked neighborhoods that really kind of give that neighborhood feel that a lot of people are looking for, I think. And you know, I think a lot of people, when they're new to San Diego and they're looking for places, they hear things like North Park or University Heights, and different areas have different things to offer. But if you're looking for more kind of traditional, great for families, close to lots of amenities, but generally a neighborhood-like feel, these are great neighborhoods, especially Allied Gardens and Del Cerro, in my opinion. A little bit further east, you have San Carlos and La Mesa, which are also amazing. We've got videos on La Mesa, and we'll probably do some on San Carlos here. Lots of areas in central San Diego to talk about. So we're taking a left onto Mission Gorge Road here. and Mission Gorge Road becomes Friars Road as we go further up. And then Friars Road actually goes all the way out to Mission Bay Park, SeaWorld Drive area. So if you even were in Del Cerro and you wanted to, for example, bike to the beach, this would probably be the best way to do it. It's going to be a bit of a drive or a bit of a ride, but it's certainly a doable thing. And you've got Friars Road that'll take you all the way out there. You've got a California staple, in and out, of course. And yeah, you have all sorts of amenities around here, pretty much everything you're going to need within about a 10 minutes drive of Del Cerro. You've got Windmill Farms for like a local market if you just need some stuff last minute. You have Costco in the shopping center that we're heading to right now. You have Lowe's, IKEA. You have Mission Valley malls just another mile or two further down Friars Road as well. You have Fashion Valley Mall, which is kind of like the premier shopping mall in San Diego. You have Mission Valley Mall, which is a little bit to the south of that. And yeah, all sorts of shopping. You've got Armstrong Garden Center, lots of good food in this center, Soapy Joe's Car Wash here. If you're commuting from Del Cerro to San Diego naval bases, like San Diego Naval Base 32nd Street, you're looking at about 20 minutes drive on average, depending on what time you're going in. Much of the time, most of the traffic that you're going to hit is going to be actually right outside of base. So to get you to Harbor Drive and that general base vicinity, you're probably about 20 minutes on average, maybe even 15. So this connects up with the 15 down here, and then you're just a few hundred yards off of the 8. So very interconnected area. When, again, there's traffic on one road, on one route, you often have a backup on a parallel. And you can probably even see up here, Snapdragon Stadium. Relatively newer stadium up here, so the San Diego soccer team, the Loyals, play there. There's lots of big concerts that happen there. And another thing is, too, when they have fireworks there occasionally, you get a direct view. If you have views in Del Cerro, you have almost like a personal show of fireworks. They used to do the San Diego Sky Show every year, and I'm not sure if they still do that since they've opened up Snapdragon. But yeah, you'll often see fireworks, whether it's from a game or something else. And the reason I'm bringing you down to Fenton Marketplace is because it's a good kind of reference point for being central in Mission Valley and close to all the amenities nearby. And Mission Valley is a very central area of San Diego, so relative to the rest of, so you got a field down here, you got a great playground down there with lots of cool stuff and basketball courts and whatnot. But yeah, it's a very central area. You have the river walks, trails on either side of the river for running and walking, and you pretty much have all the groceries, everything you need here. And then if you're familiar with San Diego, you're probably going to be familiar with the commute from Mission Valley to many other parts of San Diego. You're really, I mean, the nice thing about Del Cerro and most of central San Diego is you're about 15 to 20 minutes away from almost anything, with the exception of terrible traffic hours. So from Imperial Beach all the way at the south end, from Imperial Beach all the way at the south end of San Diego, you're about 20 minutes. Coronado, about 15 to 20 minutes. From Rancho Penasquitos, about 20 minutes. And, Rancho Bernardo, about 25 minutes. So depending on where you go, you have all of these, no matter which neighborhood you're going to, you're about 15 to 25 minutes in general from just about everything. Now, traffic can really mess all that up, but, that goes without saying. So we can get a little busy here. Everybody's coming over to get Costco gas. But here we are at Fenton Marketplace, and you've got Lowe's, you have IKEA, Costco, all the main staples, some other smaller stores and banks right around here. This is right in the heart of Mission Valley. So again, about a mile away, you've got Mission Valley Mall, Fashion Valley Mall, hotels, all sorts of things. You're a few miles away from Mission Bay and Fiesta Island from the coast. Just go down several more miles on Friars Road, and pretty much you got everything nearby. So now, if we had taken the 8, we probably would have been 5 minutes faster coming here right now this time of day. But the centrality of Del Cerro is really something that I appreciate, and it's one of the reasons I love the area. So anyway, hopefully this video has been helpful and gave you a better idea as far as Del Cerro and its setting in San Diego. I hope to see you in the next video.